Guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I love Thursdays. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite days of the week. Because Thursdays is so close to Friday. Yes, it is. So, anyway, happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing amazing, having a wonderful day. Hello to everybody who is tuning in on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We thank you so much for being here with us today. Whether you are tapped in live or you're watching this on the replay, I super appreciate you guys just supporting me, being here, sharing the broadcast as usual. So if you are tuned in, please go ahead and share this broadcast with somebody that you think could use this information. And if you have not already signed up for our Instant Influencer webinar that is kicking off tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys, you have to sign up for this webinar because I'm going to be showing you so many amazing things about what you need to do to increase your followers, increase your influence, and to be able to generate more income online, because really that's what we're all here for. Okay, so if you're not already registered for that, I want to invite you to register. Good morning, Body Fusion Biz. How are you? If you're not already registered, I want to invite you to go ahead and register for that event. You can go to rightclickagency.com and sign up for that event. Click on the tab that says Instant Influencer. If you have a friend or somebody who is starting their own business, trying to, generate income online, and you want to help them out, send them this broadcast, send them the link, tell them to sign up for the event. That's how we encourage the people around us to grow and to accomplish their goals as well, you guys. All right. So that is very, very important. What else do I want to tell you guys? So today I'm gonna be going over the reasons why you need to be focused right now on growing your email list, or not your email list, but your email list and your followers, actually. And that's why this broadcast is so important, because Black Friday is coming, you guys. I counted this morning. There are only 63 days till Black Friday. That is not a lot of time, you guys. And if you don't already have a plan in action to be able to get your products and services in front of more people, you definitely need to come up with a plan right away. Right away, you guys. Like, this is essential, okay? So I want to give you guys, in case you need convincing, because sometimes I be having to convince y'all to do certain things. I don't know why. I really don't know why. After all this time, me coming here, giving y'all great, valuable information, I still got to convince you, but it's cool because I'm going to outline the real reasons why you need to be focused on growing your followers right now, especially those of you who are planning on running any sort of holiday sales, any sort of Black Friday promotion, or anything like that. This is super, super essential for you guys. Okay, so if you don't know me, just one last thing before I get into it, almost forgot. My name is Kiara Solomon. I'm the founder of the Right Click Agency and the Mother Hustler Movement. I'm so excited because I do have some big announcements this week about the Mother Hustler Movement. So please stay tuned for that. We're going to be making a resurgence. We kind of been dormant since the pandemic, but we are coming back outside with some events. So I'm very excited about that. But I have over 12 years experience in digital marketing. I help people to amplify their online messages and to reach a global marketplace through the work that I do with my digital marketing agency, the Right Click Agency, which I founded in 2016. And I cannot believe that in just a little over a month, we're going to be celebrating our 6th-year anniversary, our 6th year of being in business and being of service to other small businesses just like you. So I'm super, super excited about that. If you want to connect with me, somebody share this broadcast with you, make sure that you follow me. Please follow me on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. You guys especially subscribe to the channel because more and more we're going to be kind of phasing out our content about marketing on Instagram and Facebook. And the best place for you guys to find this marketing content is going to be on YouTube and on LinkedIn. Okay. So, all right, now that I've gotten all of that stuff out the way, what are we here to talk about today? The reasons why you need to be focused on growing your followers between now and the 63 days between here and Black Friday, okay? And the number one reason why, you guys, is because more followers are going to right off the bat give you more credibility. Okay. And I know that you may not necessarily see how that translates to more sales immediately, but trust me, it does. Because when people are able to trust you, it just makes it easier for them to say yes. When people feel like you are credible, you're believable, they can buy into your messages, it just makes it easier, just makes it so much easier for them to say yes to you faster. And you may not love this. I mean, I know there are some people who are able to be credible online without a lot of followers, and that's probably typically because they have strong credibility elsewhere. But for so many new business owners, social media is really your first introduction to the world. And even if it's not, it's going to be a lot of times people's first introduction to you. I don't know who turned their light around. It's going to be people's first introduction to you, right? When they meet you, right? When they find out about your business. And so you want to have a lot of credibility. You want to have a lot of content. I think I was saying to someone today, one of the things that I value so much about having been now a full-time business owner for 6 years is that, I mean, if y'all didn't believe it was working maybe year 1 or year 2, you gotta know I'm doing something, right? I'm doing something right, because we've been able to sustain my lifestyle and even grow my business, expand and do other things for the past 6 years. So, but the credibility came over time. And the longer I did it, the more people believed in me, the more people bought into my messaging, the more people supported me. And all of that stuff is just like, a never ending cycle that continues to elevate your business, continues to push you to the next level. So you have to be focused on growing your followers. I know you may have 97 other things to do in your life and in your business right now, but trust me, having a strategy to growing your followers is going to be something that you're going to be so glad you did when you're running a successful Black Friday promotion, okay? When you run your Black Friday sale and you're getting actual sales, you're going to be like, I'm so grateful that I listened to Kiara and I was able to actually get results. Oh, you said my fees? Yeah. But you know why the price is where it is now? And I have tried to maintain affordable price, and I want to say two things. I have tried to maintain affordable pricing for my target audience. And when I say affordable, I just mean like what you guys feel is affordable. Because for me, I feel like you can't afford not to. And actually, that's going to make me skip to number 5, because this is something that I feel is so imperative for you guys, for me to, like, I had to get this first. Until you realize that you are not I'll use myself as an example, okay? And I just was telling George this the other day. George is my 15-year-old son, if you guys don't know, and this is a great story time. I'm so glad you took me here, Body Fusion Biz. Sometimes I hate to get off track because I'm a little ADHD and I started talking about stuff, but this is good. This is gonna be good. Y'all gonna like this, okay? So George and I were talking, and I was telling him how, I am so happy to be celebrating 6 years of being in business. Like, wow, I'm just so proud of myself. Hey, Tiffany, good morning. Hey, Lorvelle, good morning. And I was telling him that I'm so proud of myself because this is not the first business that I tried to start, right? This not the first time. But see, George is 15 now and about to be 16. And so even though he remembers me like doing other things, he doesn't really necessarily remember the timeline of my business. Now he does remember when I quit my job in 2016. He was old enough then to like, okay, mommy's quitting her job and she's starting this business full time. But that wasn't the first time I quit my job, y'all. In fact, I have in my memory at least three other distinct times where I quit a job to start a business, okay? And I will ultimately always end up back at employment. And I was telling George, like, okay, so you'll remember this one. This is what I'm telling him. I'm telling him the story. You'll remember this one when George was about 5 years old, about the same age that Josiah is now. Thank you, Tiffany. I'm so glad this is helpful. Um, when George was about 5 years old, I was working as a director of communications for a state rep here in Philadelphia. And for all intents and purposes, like everybody that was looking on the outside was like, oh, this is a great job. It was a job that I had secured, which was to a lot of people a little bit outside of my experience level at that point in my career. I rose to the occasion though. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like I was able to really rise to the challenge and I operated in that role really good. And so I don't know how long I had been working there, but I remember in January of like 2014, if I'm not mistaken, I basically I quit the job. It was a roundabout way. Like I asked them to give me some like flex schedule or something like that so that I could still work for them and with them while I was trying to build this business or whatever. But I quit that job and I was like, I'm going to start my consulting agency. And I started my consulting agency with, it was called 8-3 Consulting. Okay. And I started that consulting agency. And I ultimately, after starting that consulting agency, I did that for, I probably ran 8-3 Consulting for about a year. I did a lot of stuff. If it was less than a year, I did a lot of stuff. But by the end of that year, I was like, I can't do this no more. And I was looking for a job. I needed to make some money. And so now I started working. After that, I started working like in an administrative position. And then the administrative position failed. And I think that's when I went into public relations for some time. And then I was out of public relations for a minute. And then a friend of mine owned a business. And she was like, I just need an assistant to come help me, da 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 da. And I can pay you. I want to say she was paying me like $300 a week, y'all. So it really was not like a job. But I was just so broke. I was just so broke, y'all. I was like, okay. And I started working with her, and we ultimately were able to build her business up to be very successful. She went on to have a six-figure marketing agency. She taught me so much stuff. Very thankful for that experience. Like, she ended up paying me more money than that later down the line. And then that was the last job that I quit. That was the job that I quit in 2016. I trained my replacement, and then I quit in 2016. And I didn't necessarily know that I was still going to be here. Now, I took y'all through that whole story to tell you why. That was just one. I have at least two other stories when I know that I quit my job to start a business. But why did I tell y'all that? I did it all these other times and it didn't work. right? It didn't work. So what was the difference? That I finally decided I was going to invest in getting the help and support and learning what I didn't know so that I could change my situation. And that's another reason why you guys really need to understand how important this information is. Because if you knew how to grow your audience, if you knew how to build your own platform on your own, that's not to say that you can't figure it out, right? I figured it out eventually. But if I would have invested in a business coach and a real strategy in 2013, I may have not had to go back to a job. I may have fast tracked my success. And so, a lot of times we feel like we have forever to take these chances on ourselves. We feel like we have forever to finally make a decision in the direction of where we want to go. But the reality is we don't have forever, right? And there are opportunities, windows of opportunity that are lined up for you on your journey to success. And so I was telling George, I know a lot of people will look at me now and say, oh my gosh, look at what she's been able to build. Look at all of the things that she's accomplished. But luck is when hard work meets opportunity. I have been working very hard for a long time, right? So it may be easy for me to come and say, in regards to my prices, that's what you were saying, about, that's what we was talking about. It's easy for me to be like, oh no, this is going to cost $1,000 for me to do this for you. And I'm okay if you're not quite ready to spend that amount of money with me yet. But I also want you to know that when you are, our price might not be $1,000 again, right? Why is that? Because the one thing that I have learned consistently on this journey is that the people, you're gonna be able to tell who is making investments in themselves and who is truly doing the work. In 5 years, y'all gonna see who was working. And another 5 years from that, you're gonna see who really, really wanted it. Right. And so wanting it for me, sometimes I have learned has been making sacrifices that I didn't think that I was going to be able to make, making sacrifices that I didn't necessarily see all the way through, the whole process. But I understood how important it was for me to change my situation. I couldn't afford not to. And I told y'all that story recently about how when I first signed up for my very first coaching class, it was only $39 a week. And I was quite honestly like, I know for a fact I was already late on bills. I was already behind on stuff. If I had $39 a week to do something consistently, like to pay consistently, I wouldn't be behind on this bill right here. Right. So I knew I didn't necessarily have the money, but I knew that I could not continue to afford to miss out on information that could possibly change my situation. And I also knew that it was a possibility, right? But I was willing to bet on myself. I was willing to take a chance on myself. I was just another conversation I was having with George. Again, I told you guys I got some super exciting announcements about Mother Hustler that we're rolling out this week. And I made a call to take action on one of the big announcements that I'm going to be making. But I knew it was an investment that I was going to have to make, and I wasn't quite sure what the investment was. And when I got there, you guys, do you know that the people were like, oh, we heard of you before, and yes, we would love to have you, and you don't have to pay us anything? Now, whole time I'm not taking action. Whole time I'm not doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. Whole time I'm not where I feel called to be. And when I get there, and the reason why is about a little bit of money. And when I get there, they like, oh, don't even worry about that money. We got you. You getting free. Your name came before you. So, I mean, that's a little bit off topic. That's why I don't like to go on tangents, but you have to make investments in yourself in order to see the results. So, we're back to talking about why you need to grow your followers. Number one, I said, was the credibility. Guys, again, when people see that you have credibility, it makes it easier for them to make the decisions. And that's the other thing, like I said, that has helped me to level my business up to the point that it is that I have been consistent in building credibility. I come here when it's just one person in the room, when there's 50 people in the room. I done been on Periscope with 5 million followers. I done been on Instagram with 200 followers, one like. You know what I'm saying? I started from the bottom, now I'm here, and I am not ashamed to look like a beginner. I am not ashamed for somebody to be like, what is that? Right? I have learned to embrace the uncomfortability of success. I just told one of my clients this morning, you sometimes you gotta do stuff that you don't necessarily like doing. If you really saying that you want to win in business, you're not gonna like. That's like you trying to lose weight and you like, I only want to do exercises that I enjoy, trainer. Okay. So when I come to my training sessions, I don't want to do nothing that I don't like. I don't like doing push-ups. But that's how y'all talk to me. I don't like going live, Kiera. I don't like that idea. I gotta post every day. I don't like that. So I want you to think about, being consistent, showing up over time. All of those things are going to help you to build credibility in your business. Number two, more followers are going to attract other followers. And this literally just happened to me in real time the other day, you guys. A friend of mine is like following this meme account or whatever, and we were hanging out and he was like, you don't follow such and such. Oh, you don't know about such and such. And so people don't think that that happens, but it really does. And it happens maybe not necessarily in conversation, but it happens when somebody sends you a meme and then you start following that account. It's how Justin LeBoy blew up. It's how the Shade Room blew up. All of those gossip pages and things like that. That's how they are able to attract such huge audiences, because the more people you get in front of, the more followers you have, the more people are telling their friends about this, particular profile or a particular personality online. Right. A friend of mine just asked me about somebody that I know that does veneers. They have a very popular page. I've been talking to them about, she was asking about veneers last year. Now she's ready to go ahead and get the veneers. She's like, who's that person? Why are you not already following them? Right. And then I send her the person's information. But you guys, you need to know that in order for people to feel like you're a credible, reliable source of information, you got to have the followers to back up that credibility. In order for people to feel like you're a reliable source of information, you're a good place for people to be able to come and get the information that they need, get the resources that they need, be able to get the answers to the questions that they have. You got to show up. You gotta be present, and you have to have the followers that are adding the credibility to you. So you definitely need to have a strategy to be increasing your followers, getting your products and services in front of more people. And again, this is especially true for those of you who are trying to run Black Friday promotions, trying to run any sort of holiday sales. If you have intention of any of that kind of stuff, then growing your followers before, like, you should, if to be honest, your plan should already be in motion right now. If it's not in motion right now, definitely come to tonight's free webinar. Go to rightclickagency.com and click on the tab that says Instant Influencer Webinar. Okay, so rightclickagency.com. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'm going to pin that comment, but exactly how it sounds, rightclickagency.com. And then there's a tab at the top that says Instant Influencer Webinar. You want to go ahead and sign up for that webinar. You're going to get access. The Zoom information will come to your email. If you don't see the email, check your promotions folder, check your spam folder. Unfortunately, yes, sometimes our emails do end up in your spam folder. Okay, but check your account. You still can't find it, send me a message and we'll get the Zoom information to you so that you can attend this webinar. But tonight I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what every influencer for the most part does online every single day to be able to not just attract a bunch of followers but to maintain their influence and engagement. This is something that so many people struggle with because you start growing your followers but then your engagement is dropping because people are not interacting with your content. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how you solve that problem. I'm also going to be talking about some of the big mistakes that business owners make when they're trying to grow their followers. And I'm going to show you guys how to avoid those mistakes, what you should be doing instead of doing this terrible stuff. Okay. I'm also going to show you guys how you can find out exactly what your ideal client is searching for online. And you can even narrow this down to like location if your business is location specific. But this is so important when it comes to creating content that's going to get engagement, that's going to be seen, that's going to get likes. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. And I'm also going to be showing you the top secret tool that not just influencers all over social media, but we also use it to be able to quickly grow your followers. We do this for our clients, help them to be able to grow their followers. Yesterday, I sent out an email with a testimonial for one of my clients who got 958 new followers in just a month. So to me, that's phenomenal. It's amazing. And it shows that this strategy works. And that's just one example, guys. You know, I'll show you guys tonight some more examples of success stories, but we have clients who have been able to increase their followers by so many clients who came with us that might have been starting with like 2,000. Now they're at like 5,000 or 10,000. Clients who have over 25,000 followers. So I will show you guys some of my clients' accounts, show you guys some of the success stories. And when you do this part, this is the thing that I need people to understand. And this takes me to number 3. Having more followers and better engagement does not just help with appearances online, right? It's not just going to help with the way you look when people find you, but this is also going to help to ensure that you are actually getting in front of people who want your products and services, right? It's a strategy. And I think that's the part that so many business owners are missing. You have just a piece of the information. So you're operating with one thing that you saw in a webinar, you might have saw on YouTube, but you don't have a full strategy. And what really works when it comes to turning followers into customers is that you have to have you first of all, you have to make sure that you're getting your stuff in front of the right people. But second of all, you have to have an offer that solves their problem. That is a no-brainer solution, right? And so many of you guys have the reason, and you don't even realize this, but the reason that people are not following you, the reason that people are not buying from you is really just because they don't understand the solution that you have. Oh, thank you so much, Body Fusion Biz. That makes me happy. I'm glad I'm able to help. I really, really am. Right. So, and even myself, I go through these exercises in my business, right? How do I make sure that what I'm talking about online, what I'm showing up and saying to you guys here makes sense to you when it comes to solving your problems? Because if you don't see what I'm offering as a solution to your problem, you're not going to buy it. And oftentimes we like to think that money is the obstacle. Money is often not the obstacle, because when somebody really feel like, let's say right now, if you got a flat tire, you may say to yourself, I don't necessarily have, if I ask you right now, let exclude the tire part. Let's go back. If I ask you right now for $100, you're gonna say, I don't got an extra $100 to give Kiera. Can I have $100? I don't got it, Kiera. But if you get a flat tire right now, and that new tire costs 150, 250, 300, I don't know how much tires are right now. I know they're very expensive. You may also feel like you don't have it, but you're going to go get it because you know you need to get a new tire, right? There are no, what's the other option? So you're going to go find the money to go get it. You're going to make sacrifices. Guess you can't go get your nails done now. Guess you can't go get your hair done now, right? Guess Justin gonna have to wait to get them sneaks till next week, huh? Because we need a new tire, right? And so the reality is that oftentimes when people are making decisions to not purchase from you, they're not purchasing from you because they don't understand how what you offer is solving their problem, because people will pay you today for the problem that you can solve today. If you're getting your stuff in front of people who have the problem that you solve, they will pay you for solving their problems, point blank, period. That's the end. That, like, what else is there to say? Okay. So your job, and this is the fourth reason, right? This is going to wrap up today's broadcast. But the fourth reason that you need to be growing your followers, you need to have a strategy to grow your followers, is because, like it or not, at the end of the day, marketing really is just a numbers game. Sales really is just a numbers game. If we're both selling oranges and you're standing on the corner and only 3 people walk past your fruit stand that whole day, you know, the reality is you only have the opportunity to sell to 3 people. You only have the potential to sell to 3 people because the only number of people who saw your stuff, you know, that's who saw your oranges for that day. Now, I might be on a corner where there are 300 people an hour. I might be in Center City selling oranges, and there are 300 people an hour that are walking past my fruit stand. By default, just by default, I'm going to sell more oranges than you because I'm getting my stuff in front of more people more consistently, right? So it's not that I have a better product. It's not that I've even done anything more than what you have done. I'm not more qualified, not more deserving. I'm just simply getting my products and services in front of more people. Please stop overcomplicating your marketing. I said this yesterday on yesterday's broadcast. If you didn't watch it, go check it out because it was a lot of valuable information. So definitely go check that broadcast out. But do not listen to what I'm saying and say, that's too simple. That's too easy. It won't work. It's not for me. That's not going to get results. I tried something like that before. I heard something like that before and I tried it and it didn't work. So I just can't believe that suddenly this is going to work. You didn't try this, okay? And I would venture to say that even if you did try something similar, you probably did not see the strategy or the process all the way through, which is another huge thing that keeps business owners from seeing success when it comes to growing their businesses and growing their followers online, because you have to be committed to seeing the process all the way through to the end, you guys. It's essential. It really, 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 really is. Okay. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really, really appreciate it. If you watched this video to this point in the broadcast, do me a favor and share this with your friends and your followers. Right now, you can send it to at least 5 people that you know need this information, because we all deserve to have a business that is thriving and abundant. I'm Kiara Solomon, founder of the Right Click Agency. I hope to see you guys tonight. Do not forget to register. We kick off at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to rightclickagency.com and click on the tab that says Instant Influencer. It's going to be an awesome presentation. Tell a friend. I challenge you to bring a friend with you if you're coming, especially if you know somebody who's also trying to grow their online business. It's so, 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 so important. Okay. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your morning. I'll probably be back later on. And if not, I will see you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Okay. Bye.